Yeah, okay, that runs way better. We've got a tilt door not opening. Let's go and have a look. There should be access.
Remember, if this video helped you out and you've got a spare minute, jump onto Google, chuck us a quick review. This gives me more jobs and keeps these videos coming.
Okay, so it's just a manual garage door, no automatic opener to contend with. So first up, I can see very dry and rusty, but they should work okay. That's what happens when everything's left out in the weather. I've never seen tilt door arms like these that rusted. Normally the galv is in this condition. It's very unusual. You've got the galvanized steel here, and that's rusted and that's rusted. Quite unusual, which means these metal components here are different to these. Usually means lower quality. We've got a locking mechanism down there, a locking actuator handle in the middle, and a locking mechanism in the corner, the clasp. We've got a roller up the top there that's sitting in the track. We've got another roller up here that's sitting in the track. I mean, there's no reason why this door shouldn't open with a swift push with my foot, because that's not even really locked. Okay, so the first thing I can see, that bottom corner is probably touching or rubbing or sitting on the concrete. Let's get down and have a good look. So yeah, there's a decent gap down that end, pretty good gap along, and then all of a sudden it's touching or sitting on the concrete in this corner. And I reckon that's where it's jammed and where they can't open it. So if we give it a bit of a push, normally in the middle, so we've got some play down there. This side here. All right, definitely jammed. All right. So that actually opens up. Fantastic. Needs a lubrication. Let's close this down and have a look at the front. So what we look for, there's a big gap down the bottom there, and that tapers up to no gap. And we've got a big gap once we move that plant. Big gap up the top, tapers into no gap. So this door needs to turn this way. That side needs to come up, that side needs to come down just a little bit. It can't come down too much. We might even just raise this corner, and that should realign itself enough, because this corner is much worse. So let's realign this corner here, see if we can bring that up from the concrete. But the first thing we're going to do is lubricate all the components. So when we do align the door, it's going to be running at its optimum operation. So let's start from the top. I'm going to oil the kicker bolts. Now these are probably quite worn, but I don't think the owner wants to replace much at the moment. This will do the trick. We've got our center bearing. Now that doesn't look very worn, so it's still probably packed with grease, but this Worth lubrication will get in there and make sure of that. Now bottom pivot point, oil that one. Make sure there's enough thread on our bottom attachment there, our anchor. Basically everywhere it rubs we want to oil. And now the only thing left to do is the spring. We actually want to lubricate in between each individual coil, because as the spring compresses it turns and rubs on itself, so that's what causes wear and tear. So having the spring open is perfect. Just lightly spray the spring So we want lubrication in between all the coils. If you aim it downwards a bit, you get it on each coil without actually going through the spring, and you won't get any mess behind. It's perfectly clean. Ouch, that's a bit fucking spiky there. Alright, one spring complete. Lubed, done, and our roller up the top there, we'll give that an operation and redo that as well. And just do the same on the other side. Roller, all your components, pivot, where the spring joins, your kicker bolt, and the actual spring. So just like that, we've lubricated all the pivot points and rubbing points. Actually, it probably wouldn't hurt to do your locking mechanism. Basically every moving part on this door, it doesn't hurt to give it some lubrication. I think we did our roller. Give that one more squirt and then we'll give it a roll. Okay, let's open the door up, give it a run. It's still locked. Yeah, okay, that runs way better. It's good to give those wheels a spray while they're moving. Work it into all the bearings. Alright, that certainly runs better. Once we fix the alignment. As you can see, we have to catch that now. That didn't fling up that quickly before. Alright, so first job done. Now to realign the tilt door so it fits in the square hole. Let's do that. And just like that, we have a working tilt door. Locked. And Jesus, opened. So nice and locked, overlapping the door jamb on that side. Nicely overlapping the door jamb on that side. Nice and secure and opens easily. Whoa, bit too easy. Who needs a motor? And that gap down the bottom is looking nice. So the carport is not square, so the gap's not going to be even, but we do have a much better gap down the bottom there. And a much better gap on the top there. Bit excessive on that side, but that's, like I said, the carport is not square, which is half the issue, but perfectly opening tilt door. But if you're a bit short, you're not going to be able to reach that door. And it is quite hard to pull down if you're not tall enough. So let's attach a pull cord. I reckon we might be able to. It used to have a pull cord many years ago. And there's a spot for it right here, which is fantastic. That's a bonus. So let's just attach a nice new pull cord. We'll do a double knot. There we go. All right, now we've got a nice new pull cord. So when that door goes up, you can open it. I might put another knot in that, a bit of extra grip, maybe two. Let's have a look. That looks pretty good. Beautiful.
I'm that roller door bloke. Thanks for watching. If you found
Job
this video
done.
helpful, give it a thumbs up and drop a comment below. Be sure to subscribe so you don't miss the next great garage door tip. And remember, if this video helped you out and you've got a spare minute, jump onto Google, chuck us a quick review. This gives me more jobs and keeps these videos coming.